This video is based on Lingshan Hermit's work Those Temptations That Come from the Devil. All rights reserved. Any infringement will be pursued. According to the account given in the Aquarian Gospel, Jesus once studied the Buddha for many years in India and in Tibet, returning to Jerusalem only when he was 31. I have read his story, and from my point of view he was always a great realized being, though not the equal of the Buddha. After practicing the Buddha for many years, this great realized being returned to the land of his birth and, in accordance with the spiritual capacity of the local people, gave them certain foundational teachings, which later evolved into several of the most influential religions in the world. Sometimes I cite stories about Jesus, because what he underwent holds a revelatory significance for every person on the path. As practitioners, we undergo daily what he underwent. We undergo daily the temptations of Satan. I believe this is something that happens to every practitioner. The Gospel of Matthew records that on one occasion Jesus was led by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. After fasting for 40 days he grew hungry, and it was then that the devil appeared and tried to lead him astray, saying, "If you are the Son of God, why have you let yourself grow so hungry? Turn these stones into food." Jesus refused his demand. Then the devil took him to Jerusalem, set him upon the pinnacle of the temple, and said to him, "If you are the Son of God, throw yourself down, for God has said that he will not let you come to harm." But Jesus said to him, "It is also written, you shall not put the Lord your God to the test." The devil then took him up onto a very high mountain, showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their glory, and said to him, "If you will fall down and worship me, I will give you all of this." Jesus refused him once again. In the end, Satan departed crestfallen. What I wish to say is that, as Buddhist practitioners, these are things we undergo every day. When you endure some hardship, you will think, "I have taken refuge in Buddhism. Does Buddhism not say that all will be well with me? Do the sutras not say that reciting this scripture will bring such and such benefits? Why does it seem that I have gained nothing at all?" When you think this way, you are in fact undergoing what Jesus underwent. The devil said to Jesus, "If you are the Son of God, why have you let yourself grow so hungry? Turn these stones into food." You are undergoing this very thing. I have seen many practitioners who carry a bad habit. From time to time they want to put their master's words to the test. This reveals a grave deficiency of faith. Do you remember the Russian I once mentioned? During an empowerment ceremony he threw a stone at his master's face, wanting to test whether his master's body was a rainbow body, free of material obstruction. This example may be rather extreme, and while many people might occasionally have such a thought flit through their minds, very few would actually carry it out. But there is a considerable number who, from time to time and without realizing it, want to verify their master's words. I mean testing them within the mind. It all happens very secretly, so secretly that they themselves may not even be aware of it. They will frequently compare the circumstances they observe against what their master has said. It may be no more than a passing flicker of thought, but it too is a temptation that comes from the devil. If you are doing this, if you are subconsciously comparing your master's words against the circumstances you observe, for instance, your master said it would rain today, and it did not, then you are in fact undergoing what Jesus underwent. The devil wanted Jesus to verify God's words. Jesus did not do so, because it would have been a foolish act. Yet many people will do precisely this. And if a Samaya bond exists between you and your master, to do so is to play with fire most dangerously. For your master may deliberately appear incompetent in order to test your faith. And how unfortunate it would be if, at that very moment, you were putting his words to the test. Once you have established the master-disciple relationship with your master, to do this is nothing short of suicide. As practitioners, we face a great many temptations. We are tempted by worldly things, and we are tempted by things that seem unworldly. We are tempted by material things, and we are tempted by spiritual things. Many things lie right before our eyes, and we need only take one step forward to obtain them. But will you take that step? Stepping forward is easy, but you will not be able to turn back. When you face these temptations, you are in fact undergoing what Jesus underwent. On the high mountain, the devil pointed out to Jesus the splendor of all the kingdoms of the world, telling him that he could have it all if only he would take refuge in the devil. Yes, you can have it all only if you take refuge in the devil. You can have it all only if you collaborate with the devil. You can have it all only if you sell your soul. You can have it all only if you give up a great many things. You must give up your kindness. Give up your conscience. Give up your vows. Give up everything beautiful. And when you have given up all of this, you have in truth given up everything you have. In Buddhism, the devil is sometimes regarded as a manifestation of the Buddha. There is a saying, the demon is the Buddha's display. The Buddhas and Bodhisattvas will at times disguise themselves as devils in order to test a practitioner's faith, to examine their practice. In an Eastern mythological novel, Journey to the West, the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas even dispatch their own mounts, transformed into demons, to test the faith of the pilgrims fetching the scriptures. That devil who took Jesus from place to place to put him to the test looks, by every measure, like a manifestation of God. By every measure he looks as though he were testing him. As practitioners, we will all undergo these things, and I pray that, as we undergo them, we will all remember how Jesus once conducted himself.